Hey friends, it's so good to be here with you guys. My name is Benjamin from Northwest Presbyterian Church, and we are excited to be here for virtual Bible school. We have some questions for you today, and I'd like you to answer the first thing that comes to mind for you. Can we do it?
Yeah.
Let's try it. Who is always there for Minnie Mouse?
Ooh, Mickey.
Perfect. Who is there for Iron Man? I don't know this. Do you guys know that?
I don't know.
We're gonna have to rely on you guys. What about this one? Who is always there for Harry Potter?
Ron, Hermione.
Two good contenders.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? What about this? Who is always there for people in danger? What about people who are sick? And who is there for children? People like you guys. I can think of lots of people. Your parents, right? Being one of them. And last, who is always there for you? Who can you think of?
Now, that seemed pretty easy, but I'm wondering, what does it mean to always be there? What does it mean to be there for someone? Does it mean you're always by their side?
And what does it mean to be there for the sick, for the poor, for your family, and for yourself? Another way of saying this is being present with somebody. Have you heard this phrase before?
Yeah.
If I want to be present with a friend, I wait, I listen, and I ask how I can best support them.
Today, we're present with each other. Let's take a few moments of silence just to be with one another. Whether we're together or apart, God is always with us. And we can be present with each other in many ways too. Today's song is about being present with God and each other, no matter what the situation.
Hello everyone, welcome to VBS Music. Today's song that we're going to be learning is Face to Face. So let's go through the motions. The first part is face to face or far away. So what I want you to do is place one hand on your face, then your other hand on your face, anytime you say face. So it'll be face to face, and then for far away, we're going to space our hands out on either side. So it'll look like this. Face to face or far away. Good job. Now, for the next line, it'll go like this. God is present among us. So we're just going to put our hands up and make them fall gently down to the ground to our sides. Good job. Now, this part is a little tricky because it changes, but I'm going to make it easy. So we always say, listen to. So you're going to put one hand to one ear, one to the other. So it'll look like this. Listen to. And we have 4 different things that it could be. For the spirit, we're going to put our hands out to our sides like this and make them go up to heaven like that. All right? So it'll look like this. Listen to the Spirit say. All right? For the second one that it changes to is neighbor. So we're going to put one hand to that side with our thumb, with our left hand. We put our thumb out like that to one side, and then your other hand to the other side like this. So it'll look like this. Listen to your neighbor say. All right? Now, the third line that it can change to is family. So what we're going to do, we're going to pinch our fingers together, our index and our thumb, and make a circle like that. So it'll be like this. Listen to your family say. The fourth part that it can change to is your community. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a big hug and give yourself a big, nice hug. All right? Good job. So it'll look like this. Listen to your community say. Good job. Now the next line is, I am here with you. So you're going to put your hands on your shoulders like this. I am here, one out, other out, with you. So it'll look like this. I am here with you. Good job. Now, there's this other line that goes like this. As close as your breath, your beating heart. So what we're going to do is we're going to put one hand on our heart, the other hand on our heart, and then we're going to make our heart beat. So it'll look like this. As close as your breath, your beating heart. Like that. Good job, guys. Next line is, I am here with you, which we've done before. So we're going to put our hands on our shoulders. I am here with you. Good job. The next line is, as far as you go, no matter the time. So we're going to run in place. You can run really fast if you want, or you can go pretty slow. It's up to you. As far as you go, and then you're going to point to your watch, no matter the time. All right? So all together, it'll look like this. As far as you go, no matter the time. And then we repeat, I am here with you. So we put our hands on our shoulders. I am here with you. Good job, everyone. All right, let's see if we can put it together with the music. As your breath, your beating heart, I am here with you. As far as you go, no matter the time, I am here with you. Face to face or far away, God is present among us. Listen to your family say, I am here with you. Face to face or far away, God is present among us. Listen to your community say, I am here with you. As close as your breath, your beating heart, I am here with you. As far as you go, no matter the time, I am here with you. I am here with you. Thank you guys for joining us. See you guys next time.
In today's story, we will encounter 3 women who figured out how to be present with each other in their hurt. So as we prepare to learn more about being present with each other, let's begin with another compassion prayer. As we've done before, we're going to place one hand on our head and the other hand on our heart. Do you guys remember why we're doing this? It's because compassion happens here in our head, but often we feel it in our hearts. Can you guys repeat after me? Let's do it. Loving Spirit,
Loving Spirit,
you are active and alive,
you are active and alive,
always moving
and
stirring within and around us.
stirring within and around us.
Please be an encouraging wind at our backs,
Please be an encouraging wind at our backs,
giving us open minds and soft hearts
giving us open minds and soft hearts
to follow where you lead.
to follow where you lead.
Make us flexible and present in each moment.
Make us flexible and present in each moment.
that we might embrace compassion
that we might embrace compassion
by letting go of what we expected.
by letting go of what we expected.
Amen.
Amen. So today's story is kind of hard. It feels sad.
Yeah.
Ruth and Orpah had a tough choice to make while they were following Naomi. They loved their families and they loved one another. But this story shows us how being open and present to the people around us can look like. When compassion is strong, we are alive to the feelings of others around us. So think about that while you hear the story today.
In Judah, there was once a man named Elimelech who worried about how his family would survive the famine. He took his wife, Naomi, and their 2 sons, Mahlon and Chilion, to the country of Moab. They settled there and they made a life among the people there. Soon their sons married 2 women, named Orpah and Ruth. But sadly, Naomi's husband passed away, and then even her 2 sons died too.
Naomi missed her family and wanted to go back home. So she began the long journey back to Judah. As was the custom for daughters by law, Orpah and Ruth followed her. But Naomi insisted they stay home in Moab. "Go back to your family," she said. "May the Lord deal kindly with you, as you have dealt with your husbands and me." "Peace be with you," she said. And then Naomi hugged them, told them goodbye, and they all cried together.
But Orpah and Ruth were determined to follow her. Naomi tried to persuade them. "I do not want to ruin your chance at marriage and having your own family. If you stay with me, you will have nothing because I cannot give you anything. I have lost everything, and my heart is so bitter," she said. And they all cried together once again. Orpah decided to go back, but Ruth clung to Naomi even more.
Naomi said to Ruth, "Don't stay with me, go back with Orpah." But Ruth opened up to her. "Don't make me leave you," she said. "Where would I go?" "So wherever you go, I will go. Where you make your home, I will make my home. Your people will be my people, your God will be my God. And where you die and are buried, I will be buried there too. I will be your family."
And when Naomi saw that she couldn't change Ruth's mind, her heart softened. She accepted Ruth, and they traveled back to Judah together. And Ruth lovingly took care of Naomi, and she became like a daughter to her.
Sometimes in life, it's hard to know what direction to take. But if we are present to the experiences of those around us, we can trust God's Spirit to show us the compassionate way.
Naomi showed compassion to Ruth and Orpah by encouraging them to return to their families. And Ruth showed compassion to Naomi by going with her. Orpah showed compassion by supporting Ruth's decision while making the choice that was best for her.
All gave compassion in their own way, showing us there are many ways to follow the Spirit's leading, to love and care.
That's right.
I really love the story of Naomi and Ruth. There's a lot to learn from that story, don't you think? Showing compassion means I see your hurt. I feel your hurt with you, and I want to help ease your hurt. It's a story of compassion. So go ahead, find this sheet in your binder And as we color it, let's think about a few things. How does compassion, seeing, feeling, easing hurt, how does it help us be present with people? How does it help us be with people? What do you think it means to be with people in their hurt? How can you be with someone while they're hurting? How can you let someone be with you when you're hurting? Sometimes it's nice to get a hug, isn't it? Or even to just sit with somebody and let them talk to you about what's bothering them. So, in the story, what do you think Naomi felt when she lost her husband and her sons? I think she was probably really, really sad. Why do you think Naomi wanted to go back to her family in Judah? How do you think Orpah felt when she went back to her family? What do you think Naomi felt when Ruth said, "I'm going with you"? The story has a lot of feelings. Our lives sometimes have a lot of feelings. It's important that we talk about them. Who are the people in your life that you can talk to? Who like to help you? Who care about you? Remember, God has given you some amazing people in your life to talk to and who do care for you and who pray for you and who will always be there for you. Remember, I care about you too, and I'm here anytime you need to talk. Just give me a call. Hi friends, this week during virtual Bible school, we will be doing yoga. Now, yoga began as a spiritual practice in ancient India, centering on bringing the mind, the body, and the spirit into oneness with the divine. This meaningful practice has grown globally with people of all faiths and belief systems that find nourishment in different variations. It's a powerful reminder of how we learn from different cultures. When we say namaste at the end, we are connecting with siblings around the world. Now, breathing is at the heart of yoga. The breath is a physical way for us to receive and release. As we reflect this week on the ways that compassion makes us release and accept and welcome, we will focus on breathing alongside some basic yoga poses. So I want you to start with me. Go ahead and take your shoes off and let's sit down on the floor. Now, I'm sitting on one of my favorite blankets. You can use a towel. If you have a yoga mat at home, you can use that. So go ahead, if you need to pause the video, you can do that now and gather what you need. Take off your shoes, get comfortable, and join me here seated. So we're going to begin seated on the floor with our legs crossed as we're able. And we're going to take 3 slow, deep breaths. As we breathe in, I want you to think about how we see ourselves. And as we exhale, I want us to think about seeing ourselves with kindness. So we're going to breathe in. I see myself. And we're going to exhale, breathe out with kindness. Breathe in. I see myself. Exhale with kindness. One more. I see myself with kindness. So we're going to stand slowly into what's called mountain pose. I want you to put your feet facing straight ahead. Just spread apart a little bit, about shoulder width. Let your arms hang down. Feel your shoulders relax and lower. Take some deep breaths. In mountain pose, we feel our strength. Your feet are grounded on the earth. We feel unshakable. Now I'd like you to reach down to the ground. And as you do that, we bow forward. We prepare and we focus with our eyes forward. Now let's do it again. Bring your arms all the way up. And then all the way down. Some of you may be able to put your hands on the ground. I can't. Now our next pose, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. It feels a little bit like sitting. I want you to raise your arms up and then lean them forward and sit back. In the chair pose, we strengthen and we stretch ourselves. We trust ourselves when we do this. I want you to stand up and do it again. Your arms up. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Lean your arms forward and sit. You're doing a really good job. So we're going to go back into mountain pose. Remember, that's feet slightly apart, facing forward, and our arms down. Friends, the more we trust ourselves, the stronger we are. So our next pose, we're going to go down. We're going to bend our legs, go down to our knees, and then with our hands, we will walk out and raise our knees. This is the plank pose. And then we lower further to the ground, and we take a deep breath. We face the sun this morning, and we welcome what the day holds for us. Now, our next pose, we're going to walk our feet up, but leave our hands on the ground into downward dog. Take a couple of deep breaths. You're going to feel a stretch in the back of your legs. You'll feel it through your back. Continue to breathe. And then we will lower our knees into table pose. The table is a place of regrounding. Feel your steadiness. There's room for everyone at God's table. Take some deep breaths. Our next pose is a balance pose. I'd like you to come to sitting. Take a deep breath. Release. And then we're going to balance. I'd like you to put your feet out in front of you, bend your knee, raise one leg, and if you can, raise both legs. That's hard. So you can do it this way as well. Take a deep breath. You see, practicing balance as a way to be kind to ourselves. I'd like you to come back to seating. Take some deep breaths with me. As we end, I want you to take your arms out and up. Put your hands together. Bring them to the center of your chest. Take a deep breath. And we end by saying namaste, which is a way of saying that we see the image of God in each other. Another way to think about it is the light in me sees the light in you. Namaste. Since it's hard to be physically present with each other right now during the pandemic, it's important that we share messages of hope and love with one another. But we have to be creative. So today, I'd like you to make a sign. You can either make a sign on paper and put it in your yard or in your window, or do one of my favorite things and color on the sidewalk with chalk. You can leave messages for your friends and neighbors. Let them know that they are loved and that you're thinking of them. Send me pictures. Show me what you're up to. I can't wait to see it. Welcome back. It's so good to see you. We've learned a lot about compassion. This is compassion. I see your hurt. I feel your hurt with you, and I help to ease your hurt. Compassion helps us see and welcome each other and helps us to be brave. We learned how important it is to love and care for ourselves.
That's right. And today we explored what it looks like to be present with each other through the story of Ruth, Orpah, and Naomi. When Naomi lost her husband and her sons, Ruth and Orpah lost their husbands. They each faced a difficult decision, staying or going, and had to choose the best direction for them. But they showed compassion to one another, and each received compassion. Naomi showed compassion to Ruth and Orpah in giving them the option to return to their families. Ruth showed compassion by choosing to stay with Naomi when she'd lost her husband and her 2 sons. And Orpah, she showed compassion by returning to her family to help them. Compassion goes both ways. Each could make their hard decision because of the compassion that they had received.
Right. So what does it mean to be there for someone?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
To support them and love them?
Right.
That's one
And
answer.
to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was Ruth there for Naomi?
That's a great one too.
How were Ruth and Naomi there for Orpah? They supported her in leaving. They understood and they gave her a blessing.
Yeah.
How do you think Orpah's family felt when she got home? Bet they were really surprised and really happy.
Yeah.
Have you ever been present with a friend or a grown-up or one of your siblings before when they needed love and compassion?
Definitely.
We can be present for each other because we are filled with God's love.
We are.
And God's promise to be with us always means that we can show up and be present. Let's sing our song, Face to Face, together with Lucy. Ruth, Orpah, and Naomi have shown us what we've learned so far about compassion. Seeing one another, being brave, trusting, and listening to your heart. They show us what compassion looks like when we are present with people we encounter along the way.
When I am open and when I am present with somebody, I wait with them, I listen carefully to them, and I ask how I can support them best. And when we show up for people like this, we give compassion. And when people show up for us like this, we receive compassion. These three women shared compassion in a hard situation and showed us how we can give and receive compassion too. Let's close in the same way we opened today. Just like we know how to do, we will take one hand and put it on our head and the other on our heart, as I invite you guys to repeat after me. Loving Spirit,
Loving Spirit,
you are active and alive,
you are active and alive,
always moving and stirring within and around us.
always stirring and moving within and around us.
Please be an encouraging wind at our backs,
Please be an encouraging wind at our backs,
giving us open minds and soft hearts
giving us open minds and soft hearts
to follow where you lead.
to follow where you lead.
Make us flexible and present
Make us flexible and present
in each moment,
in each moment,
that we might embrace compassion
that we might embrace compassion
by letting go of what we expected.
by letting go of what we expected.
Amen.
Amen. Thanks for a great day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.